some people concept of miracle is quite different. Sometimes some people believe miracles does not, you don't have to work.
Laziness, idleness could also be a means of idolatry, right? Like, we focus so much on the concept that I don't have to do anything, God will provide.
God is not a magician. Miracles is everywhere. Everywhere. The creation of God is a miracle. And God created all those things in the Garden of Eden for Adam to work. He said work,
Yes.
replenish.
Yes.
So you have to work for the miracle to manifest in your way. Welcome to the show. I'm F.A. Widder, and today we are going to be diving into the conversation about the intersection of faith, work, and financial growth as a Christian. I'm excited to have Sheila with me today, a financial coach who is going to be navigating with us on the issue of faith, work, and financial growth as a Christian. So welcome, Sheila.
Thank you so much, Fred. So before I introduce myself, I'd like to thank you, of course, for having me as your first guest for the Bible Says Show, and it's very exciting for me. So I'm Sheena. I am a happy wife with a happy life.
Wow.
And I'm a new mom, but over the past 10 years, I'm actually been a very busy advocate for financial literacy.
Okay.
So I do it mostly here in the Philippines. I teach people to handle their finances, but recently expanding to the Southeast Asian region. And I think that's about it for me. Maybe along the way, you'll get to know more about me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
heard you say you are a new mom.
Yes, I'm a new mom with a almost 4-month-old in 2 days.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So how do you feel being a new mom?
I feel great. I feel, I feel the richest now that I'm a mom
Okay.
because I'm just very happy every day.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so let's dive into the show. We're going to be discussing balancing work and miracle. So I want to ask you this question, Sheena. Many Christians believe in miracles, but they also believe in working hard. Some Christians believe in working hard.
Yeah.
I do believe in working hard. But I want you to share your thoughts on how these two concepts coexist, miracle and working hard.
Okay, so I definitely agree with you. I believe in miracles, but at the same time, I believe in hard work as well. And I believe that they should coexist. We all have miracles that we're praying for, right? Maybe for you, it's a brand new house or breakthrough in finances or that, big business deal or that investment. All of these miracles, for it to happen, it must come with hard work, right? I believe there's a verse in Proverbs that says exactly that.
Yes, in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23, in all thought there is a prophet, but mere talk leads to only poverty.
Exactly, right? So it says, here in the Philippines, and I'm going to say it in Filipino, we say it, there's a saying that goes, kung may tinanim, may aanihin, which basically says, whatever you sow, you harvest. So what happens if you don't sow anything? You're not going to harvest anything. And I think it's basically what the proverb says, right?
Yeah.
That God actually wants us to work hard for something so that we will also be able to receive the blessings.
You said many people believe in miracles.
Yeah.
Their miracles might be house, their miracle might be car or to travel or marriage. But some people concept of miracle is quite different. Sometimes some people believe miracles does not, you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything. And it's just going to appear.
Yeah.
Especially in Africa, some people pray, they fast, they don't work at all, but they believe in that God going to give them a new house, God going to give them a new car, they're going to have the future husband, they're going to give birth to beautiful children just by praying and fasting.
Wow.
So that's the kind of miracle other people believe in. But now your concept you are giving me is that if you must receive a miracle, you must work. And we see that in Proverbs chapter 14, that you must work toward, you must work, then a miracle will come. And I believe that is a very good concept.
Yeah, because that's exactly what the word says, right?
Yeah.
Before the profit, there has to be suffering first. Toil means suffering. Toil means work, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say that, you get the profit right away. There's a caveat before that.
Okay, that's good. So we move to our next question, Sheena. Another question people have been asking, and mine very self have been asking this question is, Do you think there is a danger of Christians becoming complacent, thinking that they don't need to work hard because they are waiting for the miracle? Do you think there is a danger? Because some Christians believe that, okay, I will not work hard. I will just serve God. I will just worship God. I will just pray to God, and God will make the miracle available. Do you think it's a danger for the Christian to have that kind of mentality?
The danger of that is actually, it's almost like we're reducing the God, our Almighty God, to being a genie in a bottle.
Okay.
You know, genie in a bottle from the movie Aladdin, right?
Okay.
So the thing there is, of course, our lives are supposed to honor God.
Okay.
But if you think that way, it's like you're demoting God to a genie in a bottle.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. The difference between a genie in a bottle and God, it's actually the big difference is that the genie in a bottle is actually your servant.
Okay.
That's why it asks you, what do you want? And I will give it to you.
Okay.
Because the genie believes that you know what's best for you.
Okay.
So whatever you ask for, he's going to give it to you.
Okay.
But God does not work that way.
Okay.
If you can tell the genie, hey, genie, give me a car.
Okay.
Or genie, give me this business.
Okay.
In a snap, your business is there, right?
Okay.
But God works a different way.
Okay.
Because God is not our servant. He's actually our majestic creator, and He's actually our master.
Sure.
So there might be instances where, you know, you might be wondering, you know, God, like I've been serving in the ministry. Yes, I'm not working anymore, but why are you not answering my prayer?
Okay.
But that's because maybe you're missing the toil that we're talking about earlier. Maybe you're missing the hard work which He commands us to do.
Sure.
Right? Because the way, I think, I might be wrong, but I believe that the way God answers our prayers is not the way we want Him to answer our prayers. That's because He knows what's best for us.
Okay. So to our viewers out there, when Sheena said genie in a bottle, she's trying to say that God is not a magician, or God is not a lucky charm, that whatever you wish for, He will just make it happen. God is not our servant. So God has set as exact principles that every Christian should follow. And when you follow that principles, the principle going to work for you. So you need to work. That's why Paul said in 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 verses 10, that I have noticed among you, there are many people who do not want to work, but want to eat. But now I'm saying to you, whoever will not work must not eat. So Paul is laying a foundation of working before eating.
Yes.
So how do you think this affects Christians? What's the danger of this? How do you think this affects Christians who refuse to not work, but just because in Africa, I have seen that in my country, Liberia, people go to church every day.
Wow.
They attend fast and prayer.
Okay.
They fast for 7 days.
Okay.
I have not seen anybody who fasts and pray more than African. They fast for 7 days. They fast for 21 days.
Wow.
They fast for 40 days, sometimes 41 days. And some of those fasting, they don't eat, they don't drink water.
Okay.
And they believe that when they are done with those fasting and praying, whatever they say will come to pass. Because they believe that the Bible says our faith shall move mountains.
Okay.
So they believe when they fast and pray, God will empower them, and whatever they say, there will be a miracle. But they're forgetting to understand that faith is there without work. Without work, faith is there. So what do you think is the major danger that Christians who believe in miracle but does not believe in work going to experience based on what they believe?
Okay, I'm going to say something that might offend some of our viewers.
Okay.
But this is just my opinion.
Okay.
I think, whether, you fast or you do all these things that maybe our religion calls us to do.
Okay.
But if you do it for the sake of you expecting God to do something for you and like absolutely do it for you, then it's almost like you telling God what, not that it's entirely wrong, but maybe you are putting, could we say that you are already putting lordship over that aspect of your life.
Sure.
When you say that, instead of you saying, Lord, your ways are better than mine, it's like saying, I've done this for you, Lord, now you do it for me.
Like a transaction.
Like a transaction, and I don't think, for me personally, that's very pleasing to God, because I would rather that, I pray this to God, but I will always tell God that if it's aligned to your will, then allow me to take it, but if it's not, then it's okay.
Okay. So what you're trying to say that if you are a Christian and you want to fast, you should not fast because you're expecting something from God.
And also, we should not use, for example, church activities as our reason to not work in the workplace.
Okay.
It should not be an excuse.
Okay.
Because as much as God also commanded us to, like, do worship in that way, like worship through fasting, worship through serving the ministry, God also considers working as our worship, as our means of worship, right?
Sure.
So we should, really look into all of these things, not just focus on what you want to do,
Yeah.
but rather what does God want you to do in your life.
Okay. So in short, what I'm going to say is that if Christians believe that they cannot work, but they will fast, they will pray, they will attend all the church services, I believe they're going to die in poverty.
And how can they eat, right? Like,
yeah. How will you eat? How will you send your children to school? How will you pay your rent?
Exactly.
So if you refuse to work and believe in miracle, I think all the days of your life, you're going to live in poverty.
And then you're gonna, might get mad at God. God, like I fasted for so and so days and I've been serving your ministry for 3 months. Then why are you not helping me? Why can't I pay my rent? And then I'm just imagining that maybe God is saying, I've already sent this friend of yours to introduce you to this work, but you didn't grab that work or you didn't take on this job. So sometimes God presents blessings in different means, like maybe through work or something like that, but we are expecting for God to hand in the food in itself.
In yourself.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think the prosperity preacher are going to agree with us, because most of the prosperity preacher thinks that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to work. Like for example, they will say, God is about to do a miracle in your life. You are about to receive 2 million pesos in your bank account. Those are the kind of things prosperity preacher preach. Buy this handkerchief, and when you take the handkerchief in your house, God going to give you a miracle house. He's going to give you a miracle car. He's going to give you a miracle visa and all of that.
Oh, there's the danger.
That is a danger.
Because you're putting, isn't that idolatry already?
That is idolatry.
Yeah.
You putting something before God.
Yeah.
The handkerchief, the miracles, and all of that.
And you know what's another idolatry that I think happens a lot right now? Laziness. Laziness, idleness could also be a means of idolatry, right? Like we focus so much on the concept that I don't have to do anything, God will provide. Even it's like you're missing the other point. You just believe the parts of the Bible that suits you, but misses out on the things that doesn't fit you. And I think there's a danger in that. Like we always have to take the Bible as like an entire narrative.
Viewers, to all my viewers, I believe that you are learning great from Oshinan.
Yeah.
And we want you to know that miracle and work coexist. That if you do not work, there is not going to be any miracle. And before I go to the next question, there is something from your conversation. There is something I think the Spirit of God tried to minister to me now, that miracles is everywhere.
Of course.
God had created miracles. God created the earth. He created the mountains. He created the iron ore. He created the diamonds. He created the gold, the trees, everything God had created. So all those things are miracles. But for those miracles to manifest to our needs, we need to work.
Of course.
So my third question is this. So we are talking about balancing work and miracle, right? Yeah. And my third question is this. How do we balance having faith in miracle and taking practical steps to achieve our goal?
I like that.
Yeah.
So I believe that faith without actions is dead.
Yeah.
But also similarly, work without faith is also dead, right? Like it should work hand in hand. And it's almost like a partnership with God, right?
Okay.
So let's go back with how to balance the practical steps and believing in miracles.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you to have that balance, you have to see the entire picture, the bigger picture when it comes to the finances and miracles. So on the internet, right? For example, you have a financial goal. On the internet, you would see a lot of content about where to invest.
Okay.
That's what you call your money or your finance IQ.
Sure.
And there's also contents where you learn how to improve your personal finance, your behavior and emotions about finances.
Okay.
That's what you call money EQ.
Okay.
These are all like practical steps.
Okay.
And these are also things that you can control.
Okay.
But the thing is, you can't only, for you to have like a sound financial, I guess, like for you to have financial freedom,
Okay.
it can't just be those practical steps.
Okay.
Because as we know, especially during the pandemic, right, it taught us that life is full of uncertainties.
Sure.
A lot of things can change in a snap. So where do we anchor on when you can't control things?
Okay.
So that is where our faith would come in.
Okay.
Because even when we falter, even when things don't go our way, even when sometimes, even when we put our hard work,
Okay.
things may still not go as planned.
Okay.
So that's the beautiful thing about our faith, right?
Okay.
So when we are weak, God is strong for us.
Sure.
So it's almost like God is helping us, boosting and supplementing our shortcomings.
Okay.
So that even when we feel, did you ever experience that, like, God, I've already given what I can,
Sure.
but I don't know, I'm not yet sure about the results.
Sure.
That's when God overflows with His power and makes the impossible possible. That's why, we believe, and I believe in my personal life, a lot of things that I have a lot of financial goals where I doubt if it's gonna happen from my own acts alone.
Okay.
But because I balance my hard work, all the steps that I've been learning for my finances, I always almost cover it with my faith. And that always gives me the courage to move on and believe that any goal that I have in my life is possible because it's going to be God who's going to complete it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shannon is saying that for us to experience the goodness of God, we have to balance the three: faith, miracle, and hard work.
Yes.
When one of those are missing, you are not going to receive an answer.
Yes. It
Faith?
should be.
It should coexist.
Yes.
Faith, miracle, and hard work.
Exactly.
So everything is based on faith, miracles, and hard work. This is TBS. God bless you. We'll see you in the next episode.